This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2007, Cold Drop to come up.
In July of 2007, audiences raced to theaters to see Steven Spielberg and Michael Bay's larger-than-life masterpiece of mayhem, Transformers. They all expected, 11-year-old me included, to see badass robot action and lots of explosions. And boy did we. What we didn't expect was a mysterious teaser trailer to play before the movie, one that would go on to ignite one of the greatest film marketing campaigns in history, without even revealing the title.
What was that noise?
1 year earlier, producer J.J. Abrams went to Japan with his son while on a press tour for his directorial debut, Mission Impossible 3.
We went to a bunch of toy stores, and I realized that almost all of them, Godzilla was still featured. And it just struck me that there was this iconic monster that so many years later had meaning to the culture, and I thought, you know, I wished that we had a monster like that.
Quickly, and in complete secrecy, Abrams began work on the monster movie project, bringing his childhood friend and co-creator on the hit TV series Felicity, Matt Reeves, on board as director. Their idea was to shoot the movie in a handheld, found footage verite style, which was actually pretty novel at the time. Besides the Blair Witch Project, which was made for pennies compared to their $30 million budget, there had never been a mainstream film shot entirely in this style, especially one produced by a major Hollywood studio.
Our editor refers to it, this is like looking through a soda straw, and that's what you see, so that the scale of the movie could be huge, but that because what you were seeing was just through here, it didn't necessitate getting the shot of what was over there or over there.
The entire film is shot from the perspective of me shooting, which was interesting for me to find out as a comedian, an actor, because I've never done camera work, really.
While they were excited by the new angle the movie was taking, Reeves and Abrams knew that audiences knew that style doesn't equal substance, and they wanted to come up with another way to get people interested in the project. Before production even officially began, the filmmakers decided to shoot a teaser trailer, something that would take audiences by surprise and pique their interest in an unusual way. At first, they wanted to release it without the standard MPAA disclaimer at the start, but eventually decided to release the trailer without a title or any identifying info, minus these two title cards. The trailer didn't have a title, but the footage promised a unique perspective, thrills on a massive scale, and one particularly striking image. The Cloverfield trailer, as it quickly became known online, instantly had the internet convinced it had more than one trick up its sleeve.
Think we see something from the roof?
Fans flocked to online forums and blog spots, remember those, to dissect every single frame of the trailer, as theories and speculation began to run rampant.
I saw it, it's alive, it's huge!
No one had any idea who Rob was, why he was leaving, or what any of this had to do with a giant monster. But we did know one thing for sure. We would all be at the movie theater on 1/18/08.
It's gonna be the best night ever.
This is the story of Cloverfield.
Day one, here we go.
Considering they hadn't even shot a frame of the movie yet, Reeves and Abrams' decision to release the teaser trailer in pre-production meant it was going to be that much harder to keep secrets from ravenous fans.
It's difficult to make a secret movie nowadays because people know about it, people want to talk about it. And truth be told, if I wasn't working on this movie, this would be the first movie I'd want to find out about.
The filmmakers used multiple tactics to try and keep the project under wraps during the shoot, including using fake production titles like Cheese or Slusho, and keeping the cast and crew largely in the dark about the overall plot and major story beats.
None of us have any clue what's happening, and somewhere in between a movie's gonna happen.
Fans were feeling more or less the same way online. Along with the teaser trailer, a website was discovered by using the release date, 1/18/08.com. The website featured two new images of what looked like Rob drinking at his party, and another of two characters looking up at something in terror. Or was there something behind them? Eagle-eyed viewers soon discovered a second website when combing through the trailer, revealed to be an in-universe beverage company called Slusho. Theories suggested that Rob was moving to Japan to work for this company, which became even more interesting when how the drinks are made was uncovered, with the mysterious deep-sea ingredient.
Well, this moment is just you filming him and Jason talking, right?
It's getting even more intense, you know?
principal photography mainly took place during July 2007, lasting a total of 36 days. To realize their vision of a decimated Manhattan, the filmmakers utilized a combination of real locations, backlot sets, and green screen sound stages.
Okay, so here we are in Downey Studios in Los Angeles. I think they did a really good job with this set. I believe it. I hope that you believe it at home. TJ, do you believe it?
It almost looks real to me.
There's real Manhattan behind me, that's real Brooklyn over there. And this is not green screen, this is reality.
While January seemed like a lifetime away for fans, making a movie only 6 months before release, especially one of this scale, was no easy task. At the end of July, J.J. Abrams appeared at Comic-Con to tell his Japan story and briefly comment on one of the fan theories.
You think we call it monstrous? No.
He also revealed the first official posters for the film, gifting all fans in attendance a set of multiple variants. And they wasted no time analyzing the new images for hidden clues. One thing Abrams still didn't give us was the film's title.
You owe me $11.
But much more would be revealed in the coming months. 11808.com continued to be updated, now featuring 3 more photos. A blurry, out-of-focus shot of people covering their mouth, something that looks like it could have been taken on 9/11. Another out-of-focus shot of a crowd running, this time featuring a soldier. And finally, a selfie of 3 people that appears to have been taken during Rob's going-away party. It was also discovered that some of the images could be flipped over to reveal text on the backside, and if you kept the page open long enough, you would hear this. MySpace profiles for multiple characters were found, including Rob, Beth, Jason, Lily, Hud, Marlena, and Jamie. Each profile was detailed and believable, with blog posts, music tastes, photos, interactions, and more. 2 posts, by a user named Jamie, led online sleuths to another website, this one secured with a password. JamieandTeddy.com was discovered using the names from the MySpace post. Users could watch Jamie's self-recorded videos, each addressed to her boyfriend, Teddy Hansen.
I miss you so much.
How this all related to a giant monster attack was still unclear. Meanwhile, the filmmakers and visual effects artists were hard at work bringing the monstrous vision to life.
We knew we were going to have to throw the Liberty head down the street.
We had to do a lot of creative thinking in terms of how the statue would look.
Seeing the head of the Statue of Liberty was shocking and surprising, and I even knew it was coming.
While there were plenty of sequences requiring large-scale effects, the decision to shoot the movie as found footage drastically lowered the amount of total effect shots they would need.
It took an incredible leap of faith on behalf of the studio to entrust us to take something that was so big.
However, the hyper-shaky, handheld style of filming came with VFX challenges of its own.
It's called match moving, duplicating a camera that existed in the real world and following its motions exactly in a CG environment so that when you overlay something that's digital, everything syncs together and lines up and moves as one.
January was quickly approaching, and the team began to focus their efforts on finishing a new trailer. One that would give fans a much clearer picture of what to expect on 11808. In early November, reports began to emerge that the new trailer would be attached to prints of Robert Zemeckis' Beowulf, releasing on November 16, 2007. Bootleg, in-theater recordings were quickly uploaded online before the official HD trailer released on November 19th. The trailer featured mostly new footage, along with extended and improved sequences shown in the teaser. And most notably, this time it had a title.
Finally!
Along with the trailer, the full poster was also released. And the official website, Cloverfieldmovie.com, went live, featuring a new synopsis for the film. The other websites continued to be updated leading up to the film's release. 11808.com featured multiple images of fishermen and even the military having encounters with an unseen ocean creature. Another image featured a very excited chef, along with the recipe on the backside, containing a curious ingredient, seabed's nectar. The final image was a missing persons photo, featuring a familiar face, or at least a familiar name. From new videos on jamieandteddy.com, another website was discovered.
If you're hearing this before we've spoken, then it means I've been captured by a company called Tag Ruato. Okay, Tag Ruato.
They got him.
What does that mean?
I liked him too.
Wait, what do you mean they got him?
Tagruato.jp was a site for another in-universe company, this one focusing on deep-sea oil drilling. Interestingly, one of their subsidiary companies listed was Slusho. Further investigation revealed that Teddy was captured while working with an activist group against Tagruato, which led to another website, TidalWave.com. Blog posts on the site revealed that Tidal Wave had been fighting against Tagruato's environmentally harmful drilling practices, which came to a head during the Chuai Station operation.
This dramatic home video captured by eyewitnesses on the scene shows a large oil rig in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean suddenly sinking under violent and unexplained circumstances. The destruction of the Chuai drilling station happening dangerously close to the coast of Connecticut, sending hundreds of workers scrambling for help as a large oil rig collapsed. A press release from Tagruato states that an extremist group Tidal Wave may be behind the incident.
So, what did all of this actually mean? More or less, it turned out that Tagruato was responsible for waking the monster up on the ocean floor. While drilling for seabed's nectar, an important ingredient in their Slusho company's products, they found something else. What destroyed the Chuai station wasn't Tidal Wave, but actually the same monstrous creature that would attack Manhattan a mere month later.
First, here is an exclusive look at one of the most anticipated movies of 2008 from super producer J.J. Abrams.
Something has found us.
Cloverfield's marketing during the weeks leading up to 11808 was much more traditional, featuring TV spots, promotional interviews,
Crabs? Does the monster have crabs?
I read somewhere.
Okay.
and talk show appearances.
Good morning. Good.
Paramount Pictures displayed an impressive replica of the headless Statue of Liberty a week before the film's release, which would also be prominently featured at the film's premiere on January 16, 2008 in Los Angeles.
So the idea of taking this sort of Godzilla-type movie and applying it to a kind of homemade, video, like YouTube-type video, got me really excited.
The filmmakers and cast attended the premiere, along with many other celebrities.
Are you a monster fan? Are you a big fan of sci-fi movies?
Yeah, I love sci-fi.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you expect a great big monster? Great big slimy monster?
I didn't even know it was a monster. You guys are really fucking it up for me.
January 18th finally arrived, and Cloverfield roared into theaters. The movie was finally here, and all of its secrets were revealed. Sort of. The film opens with a tease of the monster off of the bat, as thunderous approaching footsteps can be heard as the soundtrack for the opening logos. We're first introduced to a Central Park apartment, and then to Rob and Beth, seemingly a couple who, after a night together, make a plan to spend the day at Coney Island. The tape skips ahead almost a month, and is now being operated by Rob's brother, Jason. He ignores instructions from his girlfriend Lily, and asks his friend Hud to film testimonials for Rob's going away party. Hud accepts, and gets to work right away.
Best of luck in Japan. I'm proud of you.
Hud continues to gather testimonials, and begins documenting the night. He creeps on a girl named Marlena just before Rob arrives. After an impromptu speech, Rob asks Hud if Beth is coming. We quickly learn they have beef when Beth shows up to the party with another guy. Rob and Beth have a brief argument outside of the party before Beth abruptly leaves. Rob then drunkenly vents about Beth to the homies.
Beth told Lori that after you guys got together, you totally blew her off.
I didn't blow her off.
She said you never called her.
Look, I'm leaving, all right? So what am I supposed to do? There's no together. It's just her and me, two separate things.
Moments before, the horror finally begins.
Learn to say, forget the world and hang on to the people that you care about the most.
Oh, God! Oh, my God! What the hell was that? Oh.
After checking out the news, they decide to go investigate from the roof.
What do you think? Think it's another terrorist attack?
It's insane, man.
Partygoers subtly suggest another terrorist, as everyone anxiously theorizes about what is going on.
Man, what is going on?
Go, 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 go!
HUD fumbles the camera during the chaos, and the gang heads down to ground level. Shockingly, Lady Liberty's head abruptly flies in, crashes, and rolls down the street. People quickly gather around and immediately begin taking cell phone photos.
Well, of course I know him. He's me.
A building collapses, and our team runs into the bodega for shelter from the dust cloud. Amidst the hellish wreckage, the gang regroups. They decide to head for the Brooklyn Bridge and find it already filled with evacuating New Yorkers. Rob gets a phone call from Beth, and Jason gets a monster tail to the face. The bridge violently collapses as everyone flees in terror. Rob mourns Jason for approximately 38 seconds, before getting way more upset that his cell phone is dead. He runs across the street to an electronics store that's being looted to find a new battery. HUD watches the news.
Not let us get too close, but from what we can see, there's clearly a sizable mobilization of troops and equipment, and they're trying to get everyone.
To be honest, your guess is as good as mine at this point.
The news footage shows little monsters falling off of the big boy, viciously attacking anyone close by. Rob gets his phone to work and listens to a message from Beth. She's hurt and/or trapped. They decide to go after her as the monster lurks nearby.
Try maybe calling 911, see if somebody else can get there. Okay, well, I mean, what about police, fire department? Couldn't get through. Okay, it just seems a little.
The monster sneak attacks, and the military pops out to unload on him. Rob tells HUD to run to the subway, and they survive another close encounter.
Okay. Dude, what the hell was that?
They plot a course to find Beth by walking the subway tracks, then get spooked by some creepy noises, and HUD switches to night vision.
Is it on?
Yeah. Run. Start running right now! Start running now!
They fight off the critters and escape the tunnel. Marlena reveals she was bitten, and they regroup to head upstairs. They quickly run into some soldiers and follow them to their makeshift hospital base. Rob pleads with the soldiers to help him find Beth, but they refuse.
You are getting on that chopper now.
1 second, sir, please.
I don't feel so good.
Fight! We've got to fight!
Marlena starts crying and puking blood and is quickly dragged away by the military personnel. The 3 survivors make it to Beth's apartment and decide to climb across to the leaning tower.
If this is the last thing you see, that means I died.
Cut! Come on!
Okay.
They finally reach Beth, who is unconscious and impaled on a piece of rebar. They pull her free and are interrupted by that sneaky old monster.
What is that?
It's a terrible thing.
Okay,
Let's
we
go.
gotta go.
They make their way back across the roof to the other building and hurry down the stairs.
I don't know, something else. Also terrible.
They decide to head for the evacuation helicopters Rob learned about from the military and run into a familiar face along the way. They reach the military base and quickly board the choppers.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh.
From the helicopter POV, we get our best look yet at the monster.
Oh my god, they hit it! They just hit it right now! You guys, they just hit it! They hit it with... Oh my god! Knock it down, he's down! I think they got him! Yeah! That's the shit right there!
My bitch love Coco. Woo back baby, woo back baby. Woo!
The helicopter crash lands into some grass and the tape skips ahead. Beth and Hud quickly tend to Rob's injuries as they attempt to leave the crash site. Hud goes back for the camera just as the unthinkable happens.
What? Oh! Oh no!
Rob picks up the camera, and he and Beth run for cover to a nearby bridge. They both make their final remarks to the camera as the military begins bombing the creature. The tape cuts back to the day of Rob and Beth's Coney Island adventure. They irony into the camera as the film ends.
You're a wizard.
Matt Reeves.
So what movie did you just see?
We just got out of Cloverfield.
How was it?
It was really amazing.
Cloverfield debuted with an impressive $40 million opening weekend, setting a new record for a January release. Audiences and critics gave the film generally favorable reviews, while some were unable to get past the shaky camera work.
In the end, it does the job. It's drop your popcorn. The 9/11 stuff is there.
However, many fans who had been following the viral marketing campaign online left the film feeling disappointed.
So, what is it that's terrifying all of New York in the middle of the night? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's just a monster. No twists, no backstory, no surprises, just a monster. Bullshit! All that build-up, all this time, all that effort just for a fucking monster? Suck my dick! This film was okay.
The marketing was pretty much finished by the time the film was released, minus a few small updates, including Hud's height on his MySpace profile hilariously being changed to 2'6" to reflect him being bitten in half by the monster. Hasbro also released a limited edition Cloverfield monster figure that would go on to become a highly sought after collector's item. As the Cloverfield era came to a close, it wasn't clear what its future would be, seemingly even for its creators.
Where we'll go from here and what there will be in the sequel is not clear at this point, or even if there'll be one. I think we have to find an idea that's really compelling enough, I think, for us to do something fresh for the next one to do one.
That quote-unquote fresh idea apparently came in 2016 with the release of 10 Cloverfield Lane, and again in 2018 with the Cloverfield Paradox on Netflix. But,
The chief called, and he said this ain't it.
As of 2025, a direct sequel to the 2008 film is supposedly still in development. But as the saying goes, it can be difficult to capture lightning in a bottle twice.
Take genre, add monster equals my favorite movie of all time.